Okay, hopefully. All right, let's do this again. if you are here and Ed Winchell says that there is no show, there really is a show. So there is a show. Ed, don't say that there's no show, because there is a show. Oh my God. Hello, John Gruden. Must be new to the show. Hopefully we'll get Polo back and Tommy Versetti. Welcome to the show. I don't. Good to see you. We got Jared on the line, but Jared, I'm on the. Hey, Jared. Well, Jared was calling in, but I gotta let know that there's no. It's not here yet. But we're doing the show. Dave Darling, thanks for being here. Glad you're here. John Gruden. We are getting some people back. Jared. Yeah, I know. I just picked up my phone. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties a couple minutes ago. Obviously, you can hear me now, so hopefully we'll get some of those people back. This is the regular You Don't Know Jack About Sports show. We are live. I'm seeing a lot of new people, and good to see you as well, Jared. She said, "Hey, okay, well that's good." I decided to do this show tonight because I needed to do a show because I was just needed to do a show, and good. Raiders for life, brother. Good to see you here as well. Hello, everybody. And thanks for all those shout outs as well. Yeah, so we're going to have a show tonight. We're actually going to be talking. I just had my first premiere show of what I was calling the Firing a Broadside. Good to see some folks. A lot of new people in here tonight. Good to see you. I do not recognize a lot of the folks. I see Doc Burdett. Thanks for being in here as well. If you're new, thank you for being here. We will go on with what we would normally do. And again, we're going to talk about some things I was talking about as well before. And yeah, sure, Jared. Let me get that phone line up, and I'll get that ready to go. So we will have our Pittsburgh report straight up off the top. So yeah, the line is open, Jared. If you want to call in, go ahead and do that because the line is open for that. Hopefully, we'll have enough people for the codec so people will be able to hear you. God, we got a lot of people in here tonight that I've never seen before. Thank you. Good to see everybody as well. Hopefully we'll... Jared, go ahead and call in. Hey, hang on, Jared. 1 second. We have... we'll have the microphone come in. Now can you hear me now, Jared? Jared, can you hear me? Jared. Yep, technical difficulties. Jared, call back. This is this. Whoa! Definitely hear you there, Jared. How you doing, partner? Good to hear you.
Good, I'm doing good. How are you doing this fine Thursday? How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm good, and good to see some folks over here. I think we might be broadcasting up on Facebook. So if everybody's over there on Facebook, maybe that's the reason why I got a lot of folks over here. And again, the Facebook audience, thank you for being here. Yeah, we are over here as well. Yep, I'll see what we got. and Jason will call in. So, Jared, what do you got for your Pittsburgh report tonight?
Well, we got the first. I just talked to Angel a few minutes ago, and we were talking about the match with Paul Casey is the story after one day. He shot a 765 today. He was the red hot golfer today at Augusta. Webb Simpson then was softly 500. Tiger Woods right there at 400. A little Patrick Reed. Tony Fina, John Rahm 69. Bryson DeChambeau, rough day at 70. However, Jimmy Walker and Prince Edward 71. Some of the golfers did not finish today, even though it started to drizzle a little bit in the morning. It was a clear day and turned out to be a plain, very warm day, however, down in Georgia. And we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. Now, some of the golfers want to finish up round one before we start round number two.
Yeah, I was a little busy today. Jared had some issues with the house and trying to get squared away here, and
Yeah.
we got some folks here that I've never seen before. So we'll see if they're hopefully we'll get some more input from that as well. Uh, but yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch any of the what do you call it, the Masters. What's it like without the fans not being there?
From what I saw a little bit on video earlier, it was somewhat really strange. It really was. We're going to see the highlights here at 11:30 on CBS tonight. Obviously, they're going to air the highlights the next 2 days. But it's so unusual. I mean, they said yesterday, they're even talking about after this, they might do it again in April. Hopefully, we'll have people this time. If they go back to doing it in April, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I mean, time will only tell. But your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, we've got the Colts and Tennessee tied at 10-10 late in the first half. That's been a good game. Of course, the big story of the week, of course, as you know, Big Ben and the three of those two, and of course, apparently got stricken with COVID. Apparently, they are been in quarantine all week. We don't know if they will play Sunday against Cincinnati, but a lot of college football games canceled this week. Alabama LSU, the big one, obviously. Pittsburgh and Georgia Tech was canceled today. Air Force and Wyoming yesterday. Louisiana Monroe, Arkansas State. Rice and Louisiana Tech this evening. They announced that is now being canceled. All told, 10 games have been canceled. 4 of them from the SEC conference alone. So that's pretty wild when you think about it. It's been a very crazy weekend. Some of the games this week now, some of them have no longer had the hype towards them. I mean, the only good games you're looking at this week maybe are possibly Wisconsin and Michigan and Ann Arbor. Wisconsin trying to get some of their team back after being off 2 weeks and having a lot of cases. However, it seems like things are starting to slow down there up in Wisconsin, hopefully, for that football team. You got USC at Arizona. You got Notre Dame and BC. And then, of course, you got Miami and B Tech and Penn State, Nebraska, of course, coming up at noon on Sunday. So those are the only games that are of interest this week in the golf scene, however, as far as everything goes. You got tonight, you got Colorado and Boise State. We don't have a score on that one yet. But tomorrow we got 3 games. We got Florida Atlantic and Florida International tomorrow night, 7 in Miami. If they are playing despite the craziness with the weather all week, how that has happened. We got Iowa and Minnesota where we could see some snow out there. You never know. And then East Carolina, Cincinnati tomorrow night in Cincinnati. But the story here in Pittsburgh this week, obviously, is the high school championships are going on near my old high school. How we're playing at my old high school stadium for the first time ever. Not down at Heinz Field this year because of what happened because of the COVID thing. And they're playing out my old rival's high school for the championships as well on Saturday. So it's going to be a very interesting weekend up here with the weather and also with the high school championships taking a detour this year.
Yeah, and I want to welcome all the trolls that are here tonight. Good to see a bunch of new faces and names, and good to get the troll action up. I guess it's a unique show in that because I can tell if I don't know your name, and I actually know Keith Lorenza, and I'm looking forward to seeing Keith out there as well, and Vanessa and Ed, Jason Dean, folks I do know, and Doc Burdett. Good to see some folks as well. Again, apologies for the sound issues earlier, and it's just one of those things where, you know, whenever I do a reboot on the computer, sometimes I lose. I lose a lot of the specifications that I have had here. So we'll be going on from there. Hey, I did have a question for you as well, there, Jared. The one that gets me the most is the uh, the Alabama LSU game,
Yeah,
and the fact that LSU is going to be playing Florida on a makeup date already, and
yeah,
um, now that that game has been pushed off. What
yeah,
is the SEC going to do? Because to be honest, Alabama is going to win the West unless they mac into somebody like maybe A&M, and I don't even think A&M plays them. So it's going to come down to Alabama in the West, but it looks like that they're going to need to do something because again, why is it that the Raiders, I'm sorry, Florida, which will have to play LSU later
yeah.
on, will they just say, okay, Florida, you don't need to play LSU because they need to make sure that it's they're giving the teams a fair advantage with
Right.
each other. I mean, that's what I see. If
That's a very good question because you don't know what's going to happen. Because like you said, Florida's going to have to play LSU. You don't know if the Iron Bowl is still a go as of yet between Alabama and Auburn in 2 weeks. That's still pretty much up in the air at this point right now. And Auburn, after canceling their game this week, and with Georgia canceling against Missouri, I mean, Georgia and Florida, of course, we saw what happened last weekend, obviously, what happened there because they almost get the game, but I don't know. The SEC is so wacky this year. You don't know who's going to come out of that. I mean, right now it seems like Florida is in control of the East right now for beating Georgia, but in the West, like I said, I mean LSU, of course, and Alabama. I mean, they said they're not going to even make up that game, so that's all for loss. Alabama has to worry about right now. I think LSU has to get by Florida, and like I said, Alabama's got to get by Auburn. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, some of these games are being played, like I said, December 5 and 12. So plus you start the bowl games on the 19th and the 18th of some other conference like the Pac-12 or the Big 12 and the Big 10. I mean, we could be looking at maybe, I mean, they're saying right now the championship game has been penciled into January 11th in Miami. If they're smart, I would say push it back another week to the 18th if they were smart, because I'm sure they're going to try to get as many games they can in between now and that specific day, because right now, bowl season starts on the 19th, but the day after Christmas, you're going to have 6 bowl games, and from December 27th until New Year's Day and January 2nd, you're going to have a lot of games out in between those bowl dates. So they're going to have to really just really try to get as much in as they can.
Right, right. And like I said, I want to thank Vanessa and a couple people that were sharing up. Again, if you are watching on Facebook, I appreciate you. I appreciate you sharing the link. But we are going to go to basically YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. I'm going to be slamming the Facebook link in just a little bit. So make sure that you go over to YouTube. But again, I think that there's going to need to be something done for the SEC where whoever wins the, and granted, yes, I'm a Gator, so I am biased on this. But if Florida has a clear road to the East in the SEC and Alabama has a clear road to the West in the SEC, I would say that the makeup game between Florida and LSU just needs to be taken away so that Florida can play Alabama for the SEC championship, and that's it. Again, we'll see what happens in the next couple.
I think that's the plan. I think that's going to be the plan because right now, if Florida and LSU are going to go on this, well, the best they can do with that game with Alabama and Florida will be the Saturday before Christmas, which makes sense, and that'll be a prime time game, and they'll make cancel the they've already canceled Alabama. We got 10 games canceled this week, 4 of them from the SEC alone. Georgia, Mizzou, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Auburn, Alabama, and LSU. Plus some other games. Navy's been canceled. Pittsburgh canceled their game tonight against Georgia Tech. That is a somewhat lost, and I have a friend who was flying down to Atlanta for that game. Air Force of Wyoming has been canceled. So, I mean, right now, there's one game that's Ohio State and Maryland this week, obviously, how in the Big Ten. But right now, like I said, in the next 3 to 4 weeks, we're going to find out what really is going to go down, however. But like I said, getting to the NFL real quick, Howard, and I'm going to make it brief. I mean, we got the Raiders back home this week, of course, against Denver. The Broncos are going to come in, Howard, looking to do some damage. I think Carr and company are ready to go, Howard. They'll be 6-3. I mean, it should be a nice day in Vegas. Hopefully they'll have the roof open. It's supposed to be in the mid-60s. The Raiders are an early 5-point favorite. I would take the Raiders this week at home in the point if I'm a betting man. The game that really just appeals to me this week, there's not many really big games. We've got Tampa Bay and Carolina. We know what happened with Tampa last week, but Carolina's looking to get retribution, however, after losing to KC. But the other two games, you got Baltimore and New England. New England was lucky as hell they got out there with a win in that life on Monday night, however, against the sad sack Jets. And then you got the Vikings, who for the last 2 weeks suddenly with Dalvin Cook has been running like crazy against teams like Green Bay and Detroit. But let's see if he can make it 3 in a row against a mid-major team like Chicago. I mean, the Bears, I'm not sold on. I think the Vikings, continue to surprise some people the last 2 weeks because right now, the one coach who really, I think, is more on the hot seat than anyone besides Adam Gates is Mike Zimmer. And right now, the Vikings the last 2 weeks have shown, even though it's against their own conference competition, the biggest win they had just 2 weeks ago, I think that really basically saved Zimmer's neck from being strangled, no pun intended. I mean, if he lost that game in Green Bay, he would have already been out. But they pulled the win off against Green Bay at Lambeau, and then last week they beat Detroit. Let's see what they do Monday night in Chicago against the very subpar Bears team. Because right now, the Bears have no one at quarterback that's focusing on them. Trubisky's not the answer. Foles is definitely not the answer. They've got to address that issue, I feel.
Yeah, I do. And I tell you what, it's always good hearing from you, Jared. Thanks for the call in, partner.
No problem. I'll talk to you probably Sunday after the Raiders game. Let's see what they do in Tennessee.
Yeah, well, I want to see what they do against the Broncos, and then obviously that next game is very important to what's going on in the West as well.
Oh yes, big prime. It's gonna be prime time on NBC Sunday night game of the week.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll be a good primetime game. I don't want to be embarrassed, that's for sure.
I hear you. Just sweep the Chiefs twice in 2 years. That's always a good thing.
Okay, you take care.
You too.
All right. All right, that was the Raider report. Funny, the Pittsburgh report from Jared here on the Raider channel. You are watching Captain Jack here on YouTube. We have some folks that I've never seen before, and again, I like the fact that Ed was talking about the Irish, and of course, Jason Dean is our preeminent Irish fan. Actually, Jason, the one person that there is a guy that I work with, and he is all Irish all the time. One of the folks that I work with over on base. Haven't seen him in obviously 6 months because I haven't seen pretty much any of my coworkers in 6 months, which is upsetting. But he's a great. I'll need to get you squared away with him. But again, we are watching the You Don't Know Jack About Sports show. After some trials and tribulations, I guess we are back here, and you guys can hear me, which is a good thing, because I didn't have my mics on to begin with. But you know what? That what we've taken. Boy, I'm a full of it tonight. We've taken care of that. So the number is. Hey. Hey, Ed, that Loretta is not a troll. Loretta is not a troll. I personally know Loretta. Okay? Please take that back. Please apologize. Loretta is not a troll. Unless somebody is using her moniker. But I tell you what, is Hollywood in the house here? Hopefully Hollywood's here. Do we have Hollywood in the house? If Hollywood Raider is here, if it's Hollywood's wife, then it. Okay, we'll see. Again, great to have everybody here. We got the line open, 813-619-0834, 813-619-0834. Always good hearing from folks. Let's get another call in here. Yeah, yes, Loretta is not a guy. Trust me. Exactly. Ed Winchell. Ed Winchell thinks that Loretta is a troll. No, and trust me, Ed, I appreciate you. There you go, Hollywood. Please let folks know that Loretta is your very significant other, and she's not a troll. Oh goodness. So again, I appreciate you trying to keep keep things squared away here. But we did have some trolls earlier, but hopefully they've lost interest. Deb Phillips, thanks for being in here tonight. I don't know what's going on as far as I have the TV turned off. Um, I have the TV turned off. I normally would have the game on. In fact, I will do that. It's what is it? It's a Fox game, right? If it's a Fox game, I'll put the game on. I was doing my there you go. Oh, thank you there, Lorraine. I definitely needed a smile today. I definitely needed a smile. We got a call from Jason Dean. Jason, it's always good hearing from you. What's going on, brother?
How we doing, Captain Champ? How you doing on a lovely Thursday evening?
I'm not doing too bad. I got some. I was waylaid with sound issues on the first broadcast tonight, and then I came into here and I forgot to do I forgot to do my sound checks. And whenever I reboot the computer and I have the guys do the bugs and whatnot, I forget that I the connectivity is not what it should be. So I was talking my ass off, and then nobody could hear me. So there you go. And Ed apologizes, so that's good. Loretta is definitely a very beautiful, buxom Raiderette, beautiful lady. So yeah, for sure.
That's Hollywood's wife. I saw them in Vegas for the Monday night game. We were all at the stadium getting pictures. She's a very lovely woman.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And again, Loretta, it was Ed taken up because again we did have some trolls here earlier. I was like, sorry.
Haters gonna hate. You know that. Haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
You can have trolls. That's
Yeah.
okay. You know what? You got trolls that are viewers.
Yeah.
That's just fine.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. I don't mind that. It until they start saying that really and you weren't here a couple shows ago where I had it was a troll that was citing the words to YMCA and that I was doing bad things to them sexually, and I just had to get rid of them. It was funny for a minute until I saw the words. I'm like, you're gone. Bye bye.
Yeah, got a little inappropriate, right?
Slightly inappropriate.
Well, motherfucking family.
So, and I appreciate you popping in earlier as well. And I wanted to get some of your thoughts because again, we haven't had a chance to talk since the Clemson Notre Dame game. And I tell you, I mean, that was a fantastic victory by the Irish. It was way too close for a game that did not see Trevor Lawrence play. I'm not saying that that's the reason why the Irish won because they did some takeaways to Etienne, which got him a touchdown and things like that. They played well that entire game, but obviously you would say that with Lawrence in there, it would have been a different game.
Yeah, my thoughts on the whole thing was that kid, DJ, I can't pronounce his last name. I don't even want to butcher it. But that kid is going to be a star. He's a very, very good football player. He's smart. But one thing that I noticed about that game was I know Notre Dame was focused on shutting down the run, shutting down Travis Etienne, because he's the best back. He's the best running back in college football. Him and Chuba Hubbard from Oklahoma State. They're the two best in football. Najee Harris is good. He's really good from Alabama, but he fell off a little bit. But Travis Etienne is the best running back in college football, hands down.
Yeah.
And our plan shut the running game down. And we did shut it down. That kid threw all over it, 400 and some yards. That's fine. You know what I mean? It was really close. But Clemson was missing guys on defense as well. Now, of course, I love my Irish. I do. And you know what? Injuries happen. Guys are out. A win is a win. So I want to see when we meet them in the ACC championship, I want to see how we play against them at full strength.
Right.
Now, I know Trevor Lawrence is the future quarterback of the New York Jets. He is Trevor Lawrence. He is the man. I'll give him that. I wish I had hair like that. But I like our chances. Like, it's hard to beat a team twice. I know that.
Yeah.
It always is. That's how it goes, And you're right, Hollywood. See in the ACC championship game, man. That's why I didn't even say nothing about the game. It is what it is. And it's you guys were sure players. I can't really speak much, but it happens. And Vanessa, you're very welcome. I'm always here for the kids. That's what I do. I'm all about the kids. The Demon King loves all the kids. He loves the way the kids see him and they run up and want autographs and want pictures and stuff. That's what it's all about for me when I wear my full gear. It's all about the kids. It's all about charity. That's what we do. Well, for Raider Nation, no other teams do what we do when it comes to charity and for the kids. But yeah, like I was saying, getting back to Notre Dame, Boston College is scary because the last time we beat a number one team was 1993 with Florida State, and then we went to Boston College and we got beat.
Yeah,
it's scary. It's scary. It is. But I see us beating them. I mean, the defense is looking a little bit better. They're better and better each week. If we can get through the schedule and see Clemson in the ACC, like I said, I want to see them at full strength. I want to see how good this Irish team really is with them at full strength. Because the year we went to the national championship, when we played Bama, we got blown off the field. We didn't even belong on the field. Bama looked like a damn pro team out there against us.
Yeah.
We had no answer for anything that they could do. Not an answer. It sucked. I got really, really drunk that night. By halftime, I was almost passed out. So.
No, I can't envision that. I can't envision that.
I flipped the table over with all the snacks on it. I was so mad. Goddamn fucking offense can't do nothing.
Well, there goes my rating for tonight's YouTube. I'm definitely not going to be able to monetize this. Thanks again, Jason. No problem. But let me see. Hey, no. Well, let's put it this way. It's 30 minutes in, so now, Jason. We're gonna have to do something like this. And I can't get my TV to turn on. This has not been a good night for me technically because I have. Yeah.
Don't get frustrated. Remember, it takes a lot more energy to be angry than it does to be happy.
I got you. I'm trying to get the TV. Okay, it says HDMI. As you guys, I don't know if you guys can. Okay, because I'm looking. You guys are on delay. Hopefully. Okay, I'm thinking I might not be able to get my TV out tonight. Anyway, because I just wanted to turn on. I wanted to turn on the game and see what's going on. So you guys.
Yeah, 17-13 Titans at the half. The Colts drove down at the end of the half and they kicked the field goal.
Okay.
Now let's talk some Raider football.
Yeah, let's talk some Raider football. And again, hey Jason, when I see you at
we're gonna go 3-0 in the division when we beat the Donkeys on Sunday. They have no answer for us. They can't beat us. Derek Carr is playing the best football of his career.
Yeah.
Hands down. Not even talked about in the MVP. Not even getting talked about. Why? Because we're 5-3? That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
It is. It is.
Who did we lose, Captain? We lost to Buffalo?
Well,
to New England, which kind of
that's going to be the bad loss of the year. A bunch of the other teams are going to be like really tight game because we won some games that were very tight. And that loss to New England is going to be the loss that is the woulda, coulda, shoulda for the year. I'm telling you.
I think that, peep this. This is what I think. We're going to beat Denver. We're going to go 3-0 in the division.
Okay.
And then we got KC coming to Vegas. If we can pull this out, and we are 4-0, I don't see it happen. I don't see it. Honestly, I know this is going a little out on a limb, but I don't see us losing the division. I don't. They're going to have that one loss in the division, and it's going to be to us. We can beat San Diego. Well, I'm still going to call them San Diego.
I got you.
Where they were.
I got you.
You
Yeah.
know, the goddamn chokers. We're going to beat the chokers again. We're going to beat the Donkeys twice. Kansas City we're going to beat. Then who do we got? We got Miami at the end of the year who's playing decent football.
Yeah.
Their defense is playing really well. But a rookie quarterback. Again, a rookie. A rookie. He's not Peyton Manning. What Peyton Manning go his first year? Like 1-15?
Yeah.
So,
There's something bad.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not too concerned. I think we are going to make the playoffs. I think we may have a home game. Captain. And I tell you what, everybody out there watching this show, get your butt to Vegas. You got to get out there to see this stadium. You got to get out there and see it. If we make the playoffs, we need to come in droves. We need to come from all corners of the country. Hollywood, you from down there in South Carolina, correct? Like Clemson country? I'm from PA. Jesse, you out there, Raymond, you out there in Arizona. We need to all get together. We need to all get in Vegas so they can hear us. Then that's for you as well. Get to Vegas. We may not be able to go in and see the game, but goddamn it, they're going to hear us. They're going to hear the Raider Nation out there yelling for them. Raiders. That'll will them to win. That will will this team to win. It's a special team that we have. It is a very special team this year. This year is so messed up every sport. It's all crazy. What better year for the Raiders to win the goddamn Super Bowl? What better year? What better year than this year? What are they going to do? Put an asterisk next to it? Get the hell out of here. Are you crazy? Derek Carr is playing best football of his life. Josh Jacobs, he ain't complaining about not getting the ball all the time. Him and Devontae Davis, they're all over it. They splitting carries. They look good. Like Nelson Aguilar, like you said earlier, he resurrected his career. We got to get Ruggs healthy. We got to get Edwards healthy. Darren Waller does what he does. They've been doing it for years, a couple of years with us. Our offensive line gets healthy. Hopefully Richie can come back. You know, we don't know about Trent Brown. We don't know what's going on. You know, hopefully he can make it back. But you know what? The offensive line we have, I mean, it's snapped together, but Rodney Hudson's keeping it together. Dave Jackson's the best guard in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Quentin Nelson.
Yeah.
Best guard in the NFL. He's dominating. And Denzel Good doing his thing. Colin Miller. Remember when we drafted Colin Miller? Everybody thought we were nuts. Now he's one of the top 10 left tackles in the league.
He's definitely an asset, and we did miss him last week when both our tackles were out, because I tell you what, having both of our tackles out last week really hurt, and I think that our offense would have been a lot better had we had Miller in there. And I'm not even saying Trent Brown, to me, that's a lost season. He's gone. I don't know if we'll ever see him. I don't care. I don't care to ever see Trent Brown again. But what I would like to see is Richie Incognito come back so we can move Denzel Good to right tackle, because I think that, and that, or here's the other thing, or I would like to see John Simpson get some more reps where he's not playing like a rookie, because having Simpson in there at left guard next year, because that's where he's going to be, that's going to be a very dynamic person to get into the lineup. We need to make sure we have somebody that's going to be playing in for Richie, and we're going to need a right tackle next year. And Denzel Good is my nominee for Player of the Year for I should say Raiders MVP for right now.
Captain, how about Brandon Parker?
Well,
he didn't play terrible.
Yeah,
He didn't play terrible.
He didn't play bad. He didn't play bad. He actually, for Miller last week, he actually didn't play bad. He plays better when it's a running style, and we need for him to run.
He's more of a road grader than a pass blocker.
Right. Because remember, he's got about the same height and weight as Trent Brown. So he definitely needs to work on his pass blocking skills. If he can become that dynamic force at right tackle, then we're set. But I tell you what, I want him signed to an extension like 2 weeks ago. That's because he is so valuable this year.
Side, Captain. How about Isaiah Johnson? How about the project stepping up with 2 huge defensive plays at the end of the game. Huge.
He did. Hey, Jason, I got to go to the other caller. Thanks again for calling in.
Love you, Raider Nation. Raider Nation for life.
All right, that's Jason Dean. We go to our next caller, who is Spicy Raider Gal. Angela, how you doing? Oh, let's turn your volume down there, Angela. It's coming through on the back end.
All right, that's Jason Dean. We go to our next caller.
Okay.
Captain.
Hey, there we go. This way I don't have to hear myself twice. I get confused talking to myself for sure. How are you doing tonight there, Angela? Good to hear from you.
Well, I'm on the line with a pinch hitter for What the Bleep Are We Talking About, Oakland Raiders Savage, because I was concerned about you, man overboard.
No. The life preservers were thrown. I am in the water. So you're live on your show right now?
I am live. I went live at 6 o'clock. We're supposed to have a show tonight.
Yeah, well, there was some things in the water, and if Savage is there with you, I know you guys probably can't look at me, but I'm waving at both you, Angela, and Savage. So it's cool. We have like the dual, and I'm sorry we have the dual shows because I don't like to have shows when we're supposed to have each other's shows, and I don't like to double book like that. So apologies there.
What happened? I've been texting you. I've been messaging you. We're supposed to have a show tonight, and then I literally just thought. I said to myself, if anyone knows where he is, and then I said, let me check his YouTube channel, and then I see you're live. What the hell?
Yeah. We'll have to talk after the show, Angela, on that one. But again, it's good hearing from you as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I see Mama Moon's in there as well. Good. I'm waving at Mama Moon as well. So.
Hey, Mom, get off his channel. Come to ours. We're having a duel. Get out of there immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get out of here, too. Hold on. I'm going to drop this one. Okay, that's one last room. Get out of there.
Yeah, but no.
Hey, Captain Jack listeners, come over to 4 Life on Raider Story. We're on live with Oakland Raiders Savage.
Okay, well, for folks who want to watch the duo of What the Bleep and Savage, thanks for pinch hitting for the show. I definitely wouldn't want to leave a seat open on that one. How long are you going to be on tonight there, Angela?
Well, just our hour show. We're wrapping here in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, then, folks, well, if you're wrapping in 5 minutes, just stay here. But yeah, when you're done with the show, come on over and we'll talk some Raider football, because that's one thing I wanted to talk about with you while we have you on the show. But we can do that when you're wrapped up. I don't want to take up any more of your show time.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, we'll hear from Angela later on, which means the line is open. That was cool. Angela calling in on her show. And we see Mama Moon over here as well. What's the I sigh? Or is that I say? I don't know. We'll get that done. Hey, we got 10 folks on here, 12 watching. Appreciate all the thumbs up. Angela, Vanessa gives a good hello to you as well there. It's good to hear from my cohort in crime. Hopefully we'll talk Raider football in a bit. Line is open right now, though, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. So you had Savage was on with Angela. That's cool. And by the way, since we had Jason Dean, I had my podcast show earlier, and I know you're busy. I know you're busy. See, I see the TV. It's not, okay. So there's that. Is it on? Okay, the satellite. Okay, maybe I was just stupid. Quite possible I was stupid. Okay, the satellite is starting up. So maybe, yeah, there you go. I'm dumb. And Scream is in the house, so I can actually turn on that's why, because the satellite was off. Okay, so yeah, turn it on. You'll excuse me as I put a couple things on here. I don't know what's going on. No clue. Lots of technical difficulties tonight. By the way, if you're wondering why, If you're wondering why I am in Florida, we did have the storm come and rock through here. It was Tropical Storm Ada. Well, there we go. See? Yeah, so no volume. Okay, Tropical Storm Ada, which just made an entire pool of the Tampa Bay area. I'm actually, and you guys are going to laugh. My house is at 25 feet above sea level, which I know you guys are saying 25 feet above sea level. That is a veritable mountain in Florida. It's a veritable mountain. So my house is like say is in the mountains of Florida. So I know that they actually have some of the higher elevation up in the Panhandle near the Alabama border of Florida, near the was it Alabama and Georgia, that area up there, and that is relatively, like I said, mountainous in comparison to the low floodlands of Florida. So I'm high as far as elevation. But I tell you what, the other areas around here, lots and lots and lots of flooding. But let's talk about that game again. And Jason Dean getting on point. Jason Dean, we could do a 2-man Raider podcast. I would love that. Hopefully, I'll talk to you about that later on as well. Line is open. We do have Scream over here as well. My wonderful Colorado Raiderette, Vanessa Navarrete. Love that. Jesse Marquez is still in here. I'm talking with, Mama Moon is still in the house as well. Asylum. And who else is here? Willie 20 Music. Hey, good to see you as well. See if I missed anybody. Ed Winchell, who mistakenly, and he was calling out some trolls. I got that. But, Loretta is definitely not a troll. Jason Dean was in here. David Darling's in here. Oh, we got a call, too. Oh, I love this. You guys are going to love this one. Here it is. Let's hear him.
Whack 'em, sack 'em, crack 'em. He has the #1 Raiders podcast in all of YouTube. He is the man, the myth, the legend, Captain Jack.
Wait, now, I gotta wait a second. With a sound effect like that, I gotta ask, who's the girl you are motorboating?
Who's the what?
The girl, because because when you go like that sounds like you have a stacked Raiderette in front of you.
Let's just say whenever I call into the show, there's no one. But let's just say I've had practice, okay? So, so look, hey, before I get into my call, Captain J,
yeah,
I just want to say thank you. And I know you've heard this a million times over the past 24 hours, so you're about to hear it 1,000,001. Thank you for your service.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Happy belated Veterans Day. Thank you for what you've done, for what you're doing, and what you're going to continue to do. So you're very much appreciated, brother. Very much appreciated.
Well, I appreciate the positives, but and I tell you, I thank you for them, but honestly, it makes me uncomfortable in the fact that and again, and I'm not being self-deprecating. I'm just saying that this is truthful. I enjoyed the 22 years that I served in the Navy in an active and a reserve status, and then actually the 30 years once you become, once you get that 30-year status where you get your piece of paper saying you are officially retired because you're so old that the only way we're going to use you in the Navy is if the entire world goes to shit and we need you. I got that status as well. So I do have my 30. So I am officially retired from the Navy service. But it's something that I served proudly. And I appreciate the positivity that comes through it. But again, it was something that I wanted to do. And I enjoyed, I would say, most of my time in the military. You can't say you enjoyed all your time in the military. In fact, I was watching Full Metal Jacket last night on TV. The boot camp scene, and there's nothing more unique than watching the boot camp port. And actually, that's like a two movies in one. There's the first half, which is the really good movie, which is Boot Camp in Paris Island, or allegedly in Paris Island. You know that they filmed that in England. Did you know that?
No, I did.
Yeah,
Wow.
all of those scenes for Paris Island and Boot Camp were filmed in England. So and you would never know it, but and they were talking because I was did the YouTube things with Stanley Kubrick and the behind the scenes portions, and Arlie Ermy, who everybody has as their favorite gunny in the entire world, which is why he got famous. He was adamant as the technical advisor that all the actors needed to be there and that they needed the PT and they needed to get in shape and they needed to do close order drills and all the things like that. And so they became Arlie Ermy's private Marines. And then they figured out why, because the authenticity wouldn't have been there otherwise. So that's just what I got going on saying.
Gotcha. Man, that is interesting.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and again, I appreciate the actual accolades. Arlie Ermy, who played a gunny, he's called Gunny Ermy. He retired as an E6 as a staff sergeant. He was made an honorary gunny because of that movie. So that was pretty cool.
Man, that is something.
But again, I appreciate that. But again, I enjoyed and the people that served. I know Scream, who is a Army warrant officer, and other folks as well. It's our job, and we were proud to do it. But thank you for. I appreciate the fact that veterans are looked upon more favorably now, because I remember in the days when I grew up as a kid, I saw what happened to the people that were coming back from Vietnam. I was a young kid at the time, but I remembered, all of the rancor and all of the nastiness that went out to veterans that were in Vietnam. And, so I'm very happy that the United States as a whole has gone 180 and is very pro-positive about the military. I'm very glad to see that.
Yes, and I actually had an uncle who fought in the Vietnam War, and I just remember as a kid seeing the ancient orange stuff all over his neck and everything. So, that was pretty tough.
It was.
But hey, on to the Raiders, my buddy.
On the Raiders, that's for sure.
And I'm feeling good about the game on Sunday. It's a divisional game, but it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be a close one. I think I don't know what kind of defense is going to show up because they've been so inconsistent. I think the offense, for the most part, they've been pretty consistent, even with our makeshift offensive line. And it'll be interesting. At this point, we're going to take it one game at a time. We have some tough games down the road. I know that our schedule seems favorable because we're on the West Coast for the most part, but still, it's any given Sunday. So we're just on to the Broncos, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's going to be a tight game. I think that it's going to be just as tight as it was against the Chargers this past weekend. And again, it doesn't matter. Just win, baby, is paramount here. You got to win those games. It doesn't matter if it's by 1 point or 10 points or 100. Right. You just got to make sure you have 1 point more than them at the end of the game. And I agree with you. It's going to be a tight game. And I tell you, if the Raiders go 3-0 in the division right now, I mean, at worst, they're going to split. That's at worst. But I really think that they're going to take this division as far as good record. Maybe they might not be the champs this year, but I tell you what, I enjoyed the fact when we were 6-0 against the AFC West years ago, when that year when we were 8-8, and I think it was Tom Cable's last year when he said, at least we don't suck anymore, or we're not losers anymore. Right. But yeah. But that I tell you what, that's good. That's what we should.
Yeah, and I mean, and remember that year we didn't go to the playoffs and we won every game in the division.
Yes.
So the thing is that yes, I would feel good about having a good divisional record, but we have to handle business outside of the division because
believe me, there are teams down the stretch that's going to be interested in playing a spoiler role. And I'm thinking about the New York Jets. I know that's weeks down the line, but hopefully they will have one win under their belt before they play us. I don't want them to. That's why I was so happy when the Falcons won their first game, because I didn't want the Falcons to be overs, when we played against them. So, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. And like I said, I hope the defense plays a lot better. And I'm looking for Booker to have a good game this Sunday, because the Broncos let his ass go. So he is upset. He is hot. So he wants to have a good showing against his former team.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
Yeah, and I agree. And I want to make this announcement. If you are watching on Facebook, I appreciate you being there on Facebook, but you've had like almost a full hour of a preview. Please make sure that you are heading over to YouTube, because the Facebook preview broadcast has gone off. So again, thank you for being there for the folks who are on Facebook, but we are going just exclusively. Please come over to YouTube, and we'll take care of that right now. But yeah, thank you for that. And again, I think Booker is going to be the dynamo that we need him to be. And again, it's been a godsend to have him come over with the play for us. And I love it, the fact, because again, Gruden in the past, and I know I keep repeating myself, and I apologize if you say he said it again and again and again, but I don't want Josh Jacobs to wind up like Cadillac Williams, to be just an overused, broken down part that gets thrown away after a couple years. No, I want to make sure that it's Booker and Richard and Jacobs and maybe another back next year, people that we plug in. And remember, don't sleep on Alec Ingold, because Ingold is a big contributor in that backfield as well. So I like what we got back there, and make sure that everybody gets the carries that they need for sure.
Great point, Captain. And I think that's one of the main reasons why we got Booker, was because we completely overworked Jacobs last year. I mean, we made Jacobs something that he wasn't at Alabama. He was not a featured back at Alabama, but he came to the Raiders. We made him our featured back. He didn't even complete a full 16-game season because he was hurt. And I just think that getting Booker is a good 1-2 punch to take some carries away from him, so that, should we make it to the playoffs, Jacob will be healthy going down the stretch. And to your point, man, Ingold is a beast.
Yes.
Ingold, I love what we're seeing out of him this year. So yeah, I agree with you. I hope Gruden doesn't treat him like a Cadillac Williams or whatever, but more so like Charlie Garner and Tyrone Wheatley, that we had back in the day. So, I'm excited. We're 5-3. We've had a lot of injuries. We've had quite a few COVID cases, but we're still 2 games above 500. And as a Raider fan, I'm pleased. As a Raider fan, I'm pleased. And I give a lot of kudos to our coaching staff, especially to Tom Cable. I mean, Captain J. He is doing magic work with our offensive line. I mean, last week we had both tackles out, both of them out, And so, I just hope that the defense can play more consistent, and we should have a pretty good rest of the season.
I think so too. And like I said, I just want to see a continuous ascension. Just like I said, those first 6 games were going to be tough, and we got through them. And again, now we are we were 3-3, we were 4-3, we were 5-3, and like I said, 500 after those first 6. It should have been better. I really think we let the Tampa Bay game get away from us, and I would love to have that one back. But again, hey, can't bitch about it now. But we need to make sure we continue that ascension towards. We got to win the games we're supposed to win. And you look at the records. This is a game that we are allegedly supposed to win. Let's continue to do that. Let's make sure we don't have a lapse against the New York Jets. I don't want to be the people that, like, remember when we were 0-10 in that year of 2016, or not
Yeah.
2016, 2015, we were 0-10, and Kansas
No,
City
actually,
came in
2014.
20. Yeah,
2014.
there you go, 2014. Yeah, and Kansas City comes in on that Thursday night game, and we whoop that ass. That's what I want to make
Yeah.
sure that we are not putting the Jets in that position when they're playing that home game later in the year. Remember, that's a December game. It's going to be cold there. It's going to be cold and nasty, and I want nothing to do with a loss to New York, especially after that ugly loss last year. I want to make sure we wipe the field with them.
And I think I hope so too, Captain. And I think that Derek Carr, I think he had brought this up in his press conference a couple of weeks ago when he was talking about it, how he played on a team that was 0-10. So you really, when you're going up against an 0 for team, you can't be complacent because they have a donut in the win column.
Yes.
That's the one. That's really the one game that you have to get up for because you don't want to be the team that actually loses to them. But I think that our team, we're pretty level-headed. We got our head in the right place, and with the exception of Trent Brown, but that's another story.
Yeah.
But I think we'll be okay.
I'm hoping so there, Gene. It's always good listening to you, and thanks for calling in,
Yes,
Punter.
sir. Yes, sir, Captain. And hey, go Raiders, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Well, good hearing from you. And I said we'll be over there on Sunday, so hopefully we'll have some good things to talk about post-game wrap on Sunday, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Take care, G.
easy. You too, buddy. All right. Bye.
All right. That's Raider G. Always good hearing from Raider G. Which means that we definitely don't need to knock anybody out because that's so tacky. We don't need to knock them out. You guys can come in now. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. It's a good day today. It's a good day today. Other than I have to, like I said, if you missed it earlier, I have to go out and find a brand new washer and dryer. Such are the things you have to do. But we'll get it done. And Don Webb was telling me about I can get them from Home Depot for $1,400 with a military discount. Hopefully some good stuff because I definitely want to make sure that we get some good stuff. Ooh, nice tackle. I finally got the game on. I figured out that my satellite was not syncing to my box, which is why you guys kept watching me stand up and going like this. So it's strange, but yeah, we're good to go now. But if somebody wants to call in, please do. Again, I want to give all the shouts that we had out for all the folks that were here. We have Sonny and Scream came over. They were over there with Angela earlier, so thank you for being here as well. Appreciate Raider Savage coming in and taking a right-hand seat tonight with Angela. That was nice. Asylum is here. Ed Winchell. Cheryl, thank you for being here as well. And we had Jesse Marquez. I think I gotten everybody else. Vanessa, my favorite Colorado Raiderette Navarrete. We saw Jesse and Willie 20 Music. Good to see you as well. Hollywood and Loretta were here. And of course we heard from Jason Dean. And I don't think I'm missing anybody. Dave Darling, who is a fellow Clemson big guy as well. Outlaw Raider. I probably know Outlaw Raider, but I don't know. I'm sure I know him. I'm definitely looking forward to Atlanta. And I'll be very honest though. I am very, very honest. The situation with the pandemic is very frightful. Very frightful. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there with Hollywood and Loretta and their little one as well. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. But you know what? It's still, it's just I'm not going to be myself. I'll be very honest. I'm not going to be myself. Okay. Cheryl was there for a minute. Can I hold until Black Friday and do Home Depots? They'll be having great sales. Ooh. Um. Oh, okay. Outlaw. Got it. Tampa Bay. Okay, got Outlaw. Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah. Black Friday, Home Depot, they're having great sales on it. Okay, maybe. But right now, my washing machine definitely doesn't work. So I gotta. If somebody can come over and fix it, it doesn't drain, and it's a 20-year machine. Maybe they're having Black Friday sales. Is anybody having a Black Friday sales um, right now? If somebody's having a Black Friday sale now, or maybe if I can buy it now and then when they have Black Friday and I can say, hey, can you match this because I just bought it? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. Uh, but again, line is open 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Good to have some folks in here. I appreciate the trolls we had because they gave me a lot of thumbs up. Such is life. And again, I appreciate all the folks that went here. I will try to check that there, Sonny. Maybe I go to Home Depot or Lowe's and see what they got going on. And I'm asking them, say, hey, I got to get this done. But what's your Black Friday looking like? It is. Oh, so that's who that boy. He is not. He is not. Oh, that's a hell of a shank. That was awful, awful, awful. Carolina and Atlanta. I'm off on this country this year, traveling Texas with TBH. Yeah, meeting up with Raider Nation chapters down. Hey, yeah, good. And I got that, man. That's good. That's good to see you. And there is a wow. Oh, I tell you, that tell you. The Colts coming back. And remember, if you guys were, I was there at the game last year with the Colts in Indianapolis. That's why that is going to be a tough game again in Vegas. Indianapolis, we still got on our schedule. Miami, we still got on our schedule. And we need to beat them in the head to head because it might come down. It might, that's pass interference. Oh, they didn't call it? Boy, they missed it. Line is open if you guys want to talk right now. We are at the 10:25 hour. If we don't have anybody call in, live near a laundromat that you can frequent in the next 2 weeks, maybe, Sonny. We'll see on that. Maybe that's something I might do. But I'll see what we have because again I gotta buy it. It's one of those things where you can't go without a washer and a dryer. But let's see what we got here. Colts are through into the end zone for a touchdown. They go ahead right now. Was it 19-17 with the extra point as well? The hell of a game. Any callers? Any callers? 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Fluff and fold. That sounds kinky, Ed. Boy, my mind automatically goes into the gutters when I see fluff. No, I have never heard of fluff and fold, but my mind definitely goes right down into the gutter. That's just me. That's just me. Yeah, that was a crappy punt. That's the reason why the Colts got in the end zone. 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Oh, we only have 8 watching. That's a bummer. Yeah, I tell you, like I said, Colts and Dolphins are going to be tough outs. Okay, Doc Burdett, thanks for calling in. Doc, good hearing from you. What's going on with you tonight, shipmate?
Oh, just looking forward to a good Raider victory this Sunday.
I hope you are. I hope we all are, and I hope it all comes to fruition for sure. That's true. What's going on with you, Doc?
Oh, just hoping you had a good Veterans Day yesterday.
it,
yesterday was good for you.
it wasn't bad. I mean, it was rainy, and I tell you, I'll be the first to admit it. Veterans Day to me used to be seeing how many free meals I can get, and
I understand that.
yeah, but I'll be honest. Yesterday I went to two restaurants, and I didn't finish what I had at both. We went to Applebee's, and I had the pasta and the chicken, and that was very filling, the pasta. And then we went to what is it, Chili's, and I just did not like the quality of the food at Chili's. So I took out a lot of leftovers. Oh, and I got a free donut from Dunkin' Donuts. But I mean, it was a matter of, and I tell you one thing that I do. I know that sounds strange when I say do, is whatever the bill was supposed to be, I'm not a cheapskate. I make sure that I tip the waitress like it would have been for the meal that was free, or both meals that were free, because there are a lot of people that, and I'm not saying that it's everybody, but there's a lot of people that, oh, free meal, well, screw the tip, or they tip like on the cokes. No, don't do that. Tip them like it was the meal was there. It's not costing you that much more. That's just what I'm saying.
Well, I tell you, my mother was a single mother raising three boys, and she had worked two jobs while she was going to school to get a better job. And she was a waitress at one of the jobs, and I just knew how much tips helped her. So I always tip well.
Yeah.
You have to be horrible for me not to tip you.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they'll blame the people like, oh, this ain't what I ordered. Well, they take the ticket back there. It's sometimes the kitchen messes up, not the waitress.
Right.
You know, or the wait staff.
Right.
So I always make sure I tip well, because I just knew how much that meant to my mother, because they don't get minimum wage like everybody else.
Right. Yeah, because I'm an old waiter, and I tell you, they get what would be the not the minimum wage, but they have their tips deducted from that, and if they don't make that up, they don't make it up, folks. So give some love to your wait staff and your bartenders out there, because they live on their tips. That's for sure.
Especially now, them being exposed to everybody coming in there, they deserve it a little bit more, because they're, you know.
Yeah, they're on the front lines.
Good.
Yeah, they're on the front lines of COVID for sure.
That's right. Now, I don't know about your area, Captain Jack, but in ours, our Home Depot's having the Black Friday sales all month.
Ah, okay. Well,
I want to check and see if that's the same down in your area or not.
Yeah, I'm going to be like first thing tomorrow when I wake up. I will be calling in and say, hey, are you guys doing Black Friday? Oh, there you go. Yeah, see, Sonny Jeffers knows that. He's a GM. Sonny, you will never get bad tips from me. I mean, I tell you what, even if the waiter or waitress absolutely blows, they're not gonna, I won't stiff them. Maybe we'll give them 10%, and that's horrible tip for me, because I usually give 20% baseline. They have to ultimately suck to get less than 10% minimum. I'm going to give them 20, and if they're really good, I go 30% and up. And that's why when I come back and those folks know me, or they see me, they know that I'm a good tipper. I tell you, it just builds for your next meal. Trust me, it's an investment.
I'll tell you right now. Sometimes I've been to places before where my meal was like $36, and I leave a $20 tip. The service was just that good.
Right.
And they remember you.
Oh yeah.
You're a lousy tipper, they'll remember you.
Yeah.
You're a good tipper, they'll remember you.
That's for sure. Trust me, that waiters and waitresses have the memories of elephants, and they definitely remember. That's for sure. Hey, what now? Because you were talking, when we're getting off the subject, I want to get back to sports, and I appreciate the fact that we know each other, Doc. I'm saying, what do you think? What do you think is going to be the score on Sunday?
Well, it all depends if that starting corner is out or not. I think he might be out. If he's out,
Our starting corner or their starting corner?
their starting corner.
Okay.
Our offense could do very well. But I think with our corner issues, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I still think we're going to have at least an 8 to 10 point game. I think we'll win by 8 to 10 points.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think we'll be in the low 30s, and they'll be in the mid 20s.
Okay. Okay. Well, I hope.
And the reason why I say that is we've been doing it the last couple of games, and I hope we still do it. Ball control, burn the clock. They can't beat you if they're sitting on the bench. I'll preach that to the day I die. If you got an offense that can take those long, sustained drives and score at the end of them, it's hard to beat you.
I agree. I agree. And I want to, for folks that are not watching the game, the Colts just blocked the punt, and former Raider, I love saying this, former Raider TJ Carey scooped it up and got a touchdown. So the guy's name was Speed that blocked the punt, but it's good seeing a positive play. Former Raider TJ Carey with the scoop and score. So now the Colts are up 27-17. Tell you, Colts are going to be a tough out. I told you, going to be a tough out.
The thing I think helps us with the Colts is we do know their quarterback very well.
Yeah, and I get that, but you know what?
They got a different line, and they got different receivers, and their tight end is just come back.
Yes, and I said, Phillip Rivers is good for a couple screw ups, but that's with his old team. And I know, and to be honest, Phillip Rivers is not playing well for the Colts. He really isn't. I'm actually surprised that he is still playing and still in for the Colts. But, it's one of those things where, eventually it's going to catch up to them. I'm hoping that it will at least catch up to them at least one game, and that's the game against us. Because we need to beat the Colts. We need to beat the Dolphins. I mean, those are two must wins. And again, those games are in our house. We need to beat those two guys. We need to beat the other teams we're supposed to beat. We have the Jets. We got to beat the Jets. We can't just lie down on that. I mean, I'm looking at the rest of our games. The only game that we might be able to afford to lose is only going to be the last cold weather game of the year, and that's at Denver. But the rest of the games, you have to basically run the gamut. 12-4 might be what is needed. I'm just saying it's gonna be you got to be 10-6 or better to get into the playoffs, and that's just the way it is. I'm telling you guys that.
Well, the good thing for us is we only got 3 more away games.
Right.
And unfortunately, 2 are cold weather.
Right, but one of those away games is in Atlanta, and that's a dome. So 6 of the last 8 are indoors.
Yes. Now, what's the temperature like December 6th in East Rutherford, New Jersey?
Cold.
Right now, well, it's not cold right now.
Yeah, but you know what? We had the Jets at the beginning of December last year, and it was wet, cold, and unpleasant.
Well, I'm hoping that this warmth that we're having right now sticks around for another week or 2.
Now, I mean, at least another 3-4 weeks, at least another month. Let winter occur maybe mid-December.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
That'd be good. Hey, Doc, what else you got for us tonight?
Well, that's the main thing. I'm just worried about that. And if a state like Illinois, if they follow through what they're saying, if they totally close down, how that's going to affect the NFL. I'm hoping that COVID don't get that bad, but some states have already talked about closing down. And I'm hoping that doesn't affect the whole league. But if certain states close, look, Florida has 3 teams. California has 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that could be awful bad. So I'm just hoping that the COVID stays off. We're having too good of a season right now, and I just don't want something like that to throw a wrench into it.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And I tell you what, why did they not call illegal procedure on the Titans? The left tackle was moving. I tell you, these officials are not the best. I'm sorry, Doc. I'm listening to you, and I'm watching bull crap on TV too.
Well, if it was the Raiders, they would have called it.
Exactly. That was my entire point. They would have called it. Hey, Doc, be sure to call in on Sunday, and it's always good hearing from you, partner.
Oh, good hearing from you too. Hey, go Raiders.
Go Raiders. Thanks again, Doc. All right, that's Doc Burdett, and you don't have to knock out the caller. I do want to make one comment though that Ed said. Ed, I don't think that's true. I think that was amended by the NFL is and tell me if I'm wrong, okay? Oh, I do want a shot at the division title, Sonny. I get it. I'm just saying, you know, let's not lose any more games. Let's go 13-3. I get it. That's what that's what I would like. But here's the thing. There are a lot of tough games ahead. And where it said Ed said that's 16 teams making the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, that's if they're games that are lost because of COVID. Because if I'm not mistaken, there's still only 7-7. So the 16 with 8 in each conference, that comes about if there are games that are lost because of COVID. I believe that's correct. There you go. And Sonny Jeffers said the same things. So it's not 16, it's back to 14, and it's 7 per conference. So got to remember, we got to be one of those 7. And for those folks that saw the podcast version earlier, okay, we have the tiebreaker against Cleveland, but right now Cleveland is not even one of the wild card teams. We are. We are wild card number 2. Wild card number 3 is Miami. And we have wild card number 2 based upon our conference record. And so when it comes to tiebreakers, and I might try to do the tiebreaker clause sometime for one of the other shows that we have coming up, okay? The tiebreaker clause is unique in the fact that, it is head-to-head, but that's not the first tiebreaker. There are other things. There's like division record, there's conference record, then there's head-to-head, then there's points. There's a whole slew of things. So again, we need to be one of those 7. Don't count on that extra one yet. Don't count on it yet. Let's see what we got going on. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. We're at the 10:40 hour. We are at the 1 hour and 20 minute portion of our show. So I definitely, I can definitely do another 10, 20 minutes. But you guys got to give me a call. If nobody calls in, that's fine, and I'll watch the rest of the game. But yeah, if you guys want to call, that's why the number is up. Excuse me. And as I say that, the Titans, currently down 10 points at the beginning of the fourth quarter, roll with Henry. Guy is a tank. The equivalent nowadays of Earl Campbell. And remember, they have the lineage of the same team. The Titans are the former Oilers. So that's like Earl Campbell coming at you. Line is open, 813-699-0834. This is the normal Thursday broadcast. Again, glad that you are here. I don't know let me see what we got here. Yeah, we still got about the same amount of viewers, which is cool. And we'll be getting this up out onto Facebook again. Apologies for the snafu tonight between myself and Angela doing the basically doing the double shows, but it's okay. We'll get back on track. We'll get back on track for next week. Good to see everybody as well. We will. I tell you what, I can't wait to have the shows that we do have. And one thing I will say it, I'll say it again and again and again. If you are an Apple user and you don't want to listen to the knuckleheads that are calling the game, and I didn't do the breakdown yet. I don't know who's, in fact, let me see if I can get that information to you as I speak. Let's see if it's up already. Let's go. Raiders, Broncos, broadcast. Let's see what we got here. Okay. TV broadcast map. So if you have Apple and you don't want to listen to the knuckleheads, and in this case, the knuckleheads are Kevin Harlan, who's doing the play-by-play, and Trent Green, the color analyst from CBS. If you want to listen to them, that's great. If you want to listen to a Raider fan calling the Raider game, please be sure to join me on Colorcast app. That is the Apple app. And I believe it should be live Sunday. Hopefully it will be. But I will be doing the Colorcast app. This way you don't have to hang out and listen to guys that are just going to be very, very non-committal. Or, I mean, if there's something good happens to the Raiders, they'll probably go, yay. Give you a golf clap. If you want to listen to somebody that is going to give the blood, sweat, and tears of a Raiders fan for the broadcast, make sure you are joining me, Captain Jack, on the Colorcast app. That will be every week that we have games, so make sure you are there. I actually bought an iPad because I'm not an Apple user. I'm an Android guy. But I bought an iPad in order to do this. So that's how committed I am to doing the broadcasts for you, Raider Nation. Line is open, 813-699-0834. It looks like we might be talked out. So that's fine. I always appreciate that. If we don't have any callers, that's cool. I'm gonna keep it open for about another 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna go to outro. And apologies for losing some of the output devices for sound earlier, but I'm glad that those had a chance to stick around and stay. Appreciate that. Those that were watching on Facebook, thank you for coming over. Tennessee has a first down, but I see that there is a flag down on the play. Usually looks like around the area of holding. So let's see if I'm correct there. If it was behind the line of scrimmage, yep. It's definitely on the Titans. I didn't see the call, but they were pointing. I didn't get it. Yep, Nate Davis for holding. So let's see this. Yeah. I mean, come on. When you are grabbing them and taking them down opposite body, blatant holding. So it looks like that we've had our calls for the evening. That's fine. Again, I ask you if you want to be there and listen to me, Captain Jack, call your Raider broadcast. I appreciate that. So we will be back on Sunday, and hopefully I'll have some good news as to other shows that I will be doing in the future. So we will do that as well. So let's get ready here. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. We had a good broadcast again. Apologies for the mix-up between myself and having dual shows. But hey, you had a chance to come in and join us both tonight. Remember, join us Sunday after the game if you are a Raiders fan. I keep telling you this. If you are a Raiders fan, What do you cannot call as I am not currently in position. Okay, hey, Sonny, that's fine. Yeah, you're good, brother. Appreciate you being here, and thanks for the pop in as well. I know Ed Winchell will be calling as well, or will be joining me on Colorcast. So if you want to know about it, please get with me, and I'll give you all the information you need to know. But it should hopefully, if not this week, it should be live for everybody out in Apple Land next Sunday. I'm crossing my fingers because I think good things are going on. Join me Sunday for the Raider game. Join me for the broadcast as well. I didn't even get a chance to pip my super chat. Oh well. Those are dollar signs down below. The dollar signs if you want to. Did they miss? He missed the field goal. My goodness. And remember was it the first game of the season, like against the Broncos? He kept missing field goals. Again, if you like what you're hearing, and I appreciate everybody giving me the thumbs up. There's also those dollar signs. Those dollar signs below are for super chat and super stickers. So make it happen. Black Friday early sales are happening. Good. I'm definitely gonna look because I need a new washer and a dryer. Thanks again for that information, folks. We will see you Sunday. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. See you Sunday. Well, you know what? We have a call. Let's go to the call. I got a call from 970. Who am I speaking to?
Hello, it's Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa. I saw the number and I said Colorado. I said I am not going to stop the show if Vanessa's calling, and I was correct on that. I will have to make sure I put your number in my phone, honey. How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. So I was like, should we call in? Let's just say hello to Captain, see how he's doing, checking in with him.
Yeah, for sure.
Landline. So, but who has landlines anymore,
Yeah, no, so is this your landline?
Yeah, so it's the landline that I'm calling from because I was still watching the show on my phone. So I was like, I didn't want to disconnect and call from my phone.
Okay, no, I don't want to do that. I'm putting you in there as another number here. So, yep, I got you down. And what is this? This is the 785. So, yep, I got you on the right as home. So I got you another number here. So when you call in next time, I'll know exactly who's calling. So yeah, what's going on, honey?
No, not a whole lot. Oh, yeah. So this one you're already off the show then, right?
No. We're still on. I did not stop streaming yet. So we are on the show. Yeah, and Hollywood even said hello as well.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I was just calling in to say hello. I want to say hello to you. Hi.
Hi. Who's that?
Ivan. Hold on. Soul Taker.
Soul Taker. There you go. What's going on there, big guy? Nothing? Okay. Well, you make sure you mind your mom. Make sure you do what she says.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Now I got to ask you, Vanessa. Now, obviously, what do you see about the game this weekend? Again, because it's not going to be a runaway. It's going to be a very tight game. Obviously, you live in Colorado. What are they saying in Colorado?
Man, I don't know. What I've been doing lately is I don't even talk about the game. I don't even give scores out because lately, since I've been doing that, we win. So I'm gonna keep it that way.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, don't disturb the juju.
Sounds like a boring caller that calls in, right? It's
No.
Talk Raider football, but I'm like, I'm against all this right now. That's just what I'm going with. All these years, I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna win. The score will be this and that. But since this year, I'm doing a whole new routine, and now it's like.
No, I do not want you to spoil anything. I want you
right?
to,
yeah. Like, no, I don't want to break it.
No,
so I'm gonna keep my promise.
Don't disturb the juju.
Exactly.
Now, are you allowed to say what they are saying in your area, though? Will that disturb the juju about what maybe? And I don't want to jinx anything.
I know, right? It's like I'm not even paying attention to any football news at all right now. So I'm like, man, I just know who we're gonna play, and I just need, just be right there, watch the game, and just stick with what I'm going with.
Got it, for sure.
But Justin's a Broncos fan, so of course, you know what he's gonna be saying,
I got well. He can. I tell you what. I definitely want to make sure I hear from y'all after the game because I'll have the broadcast on. I'll probably do it. I'll probably do an early broadcast and then I'll come back. It'll be about 10 o'clock Eastern because I gotta do the video for the Raider fan media that I do every Sunday night with Violator, Homer, and Ken Thompson. So yeah, I will make sure I got to do that. So make sure you're looking for the shows, maybe an early show, but definitely a late show. Let me see. It should be about approximately 8 o'clock Rocky or Mountain Time. After the game, that'll definitely be one of the shows, and look for the show as well if I have a chance to do like a quick mini show as well.
Awesome. I know, as long as I'm not like I was last Sunday. Oh man, I shut the bars down and everything. I'm like, I didn't realize that there's a curfew with this whole COVID stuff going on. So I was very lucky we didn't get like pulled over and asked, "Hey, where are you guys going? Do you have a permit to get where you're going to?"
Wow.
I was totally gone. I was like, all those Vegas bomb shots, all the Modelo that I was drinking. Oh my God, it was just.
Yeah,
that party like there was no tomorrow,
Yeah, I definitely do not drink and drive, honey.
Oh no.
Okay.
Justin doesn't drink, so he does the driving for me, and I drink for him. So.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, I'm glad you got a chance to call in. I'm glad I got a chance to hear from Ivan, and make sure that you are staying. And I'm glad you didn't destroy any of the juju. No juju destroyed.
I was like, no. I should I call in because I know they're gonna ask, about it. But I'm like, I get it. That's just what I'm gonna stick with.
Yeah, no. I am a firm believer in doing all the things that you need to do when you're on a streak, and you don't mess it up. So no worries about that.
Yeah, well, it's pretty cool. I got to call in and talk to you. So.
Yeah, and trust me, honey, I am glad you did, and I got your number down on my phone now. And like I said, if it was anybody else, I saw Colorado, and I knew that you were there. If it was anybody else, I would have said I ain't taking it, and I would have been off already.
It's me.
There you go. Well, honey, make sure that you be well. Best to you and the family and everybody there. Please stay safe, and we're thinking about you too.
All right, sounds good. Well, yeah, we've got all the watch parties going now, too. So, of course, following the whole COVID procedures and policies and all that.
Right.
Over at the Blackpool Denver chapter. So,
right.
There's a lot of Raider Nation doesn't know about the Blackpool Denver chapter, and now that I'm a board member, so.
Yeah, well, and congratulations on that. I know you are a hard-working lady for that.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, honey, I expect a call from you on Sunday.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
You take care.
All right. Take care, darling.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. That was Vanessa Navarrete, my favorite Raiderette from Colorado. And that's okay. I will do the outro again. And again, I appreciate her calling, and it was always great hearing from her. Don't ever destroy the juju. Don't do something that you're not. When you've been doing something for what you've been doing, don't destroy it. While we were away, I tell you what, some precision passing by Phillip Rivers marched the Colts down the field, and then Jacoby Brissett, who I firmly believe will be their quarterback next year, if not by this year, because I don't know why. I don't know why Phillip Rivers is their quarterback, but it's such is life. We will be seeing the Colts at at another time. Remember, we got to get our stuff together. We got to beat. Like I said, we are 5-3 right now. We need to win out. We need to win out. Again, we'll see everybody for the next show. It'll be on Sunday, and until then, have a great rest of your weekend. It's 11 o'clock or almost 11 o'clock Eastern Time, almost 8 o'clock Pacific. Y'all take care. This has been Captain Jack's. You don't know jack about sports. Thanks for watching.